Today we're going to science some plastic. Websy builds some plastic. Websy builds some plastic. Science some plastic.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's WebC Builds Live, and tonight we're going to hang out, talk about this awesome kit that I got on display while I work on sanding some parts. That's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have a good time. Welcome to the show. WebC's here. And yeah, we're going to be under website under construction. I'm not sure. Get back to me on that. What does that mean? Oh, here we go. What that does mean is, if you haven't noticed, over on our YouTube channel, which is our headquarters, we've been changing a few things here and there. Our new logo is in full bloom, and along with our new logo being in full bloom, we also have a whole bunch of other great stuff going on. For example, we have a new structure in the way you can view our videos. Our podcast is actually categorized, marked, and up front, which is amazing. So that's one of the things that's going on. Let's see, somebody's in the chat box. Let's say hi to whoever's in the chat box. Hey there, we put you up on, go ahead, you're chatting on the screen. There you go. You're chatting live with WebC on WebC Builds. So this is my custom Zoid build. This is the only one I have. It is a Command Wolf. Part of the reason why is these Zoid kits are very, very expensive. They're really cool, fun to build. I really like this kit. It's full of detail, and they're just amazing. And I'm sure I could have spent like another 80 hours just detailing this kit, but I wanted to keep the build simple for my first one. But I think in the future, yeah, I'll probably put a lot more time into building a Zoid kit when I get it, and just slow down and really give each part a good once over and a hurrah. So I really like this kit. I went with a winter theme, if it's not obvious there, a white, blue, and purple wolf. So that's kind of what is going on with that guy. And then I mounted both of his accessories are mounted to him. So there we go. Get a better look at those. Oh yeah. Along with that, my camera's operating at a much better stance. So we are this is what we're sanding right now. We are sanding a bunch of master grade parts. You print them, huh? That'd be interesting to try painting some printed products. I haven't painted anything printed yet. That's something I would definitely love to try something. Does they look great? That's cool. I mean, like if you've got good prints and stuff, that's amazing, because that's like half the battle right there, right? Getting a good print. So if like you've already got that tackled, I mean, yeah. I don't know. Is your price range comparable to like a normal Kotobukiya kit? What do resin? Resin's cool. That's why it's good quality. I like it. I have some friends that have resin printers, and they're really good printers. I've seen some cool stuff. My one buddy, he's a Pokemon fanatic, and he printed a Gengar, and it looked really cool. I was really impressed with the quality for how small of a printer it was. It was a really small printer, but he got a pretty nice sized statue out of it. So yeah. Let's see. So, I am kicking off the summer competition build list with this first competition. It is called Summertime Theme. You have to build a Gundam and also create a theme that's summertime to go with the Gundam. So my summertime theme will be beach related, but I can't tell you exactly what. Obviously, ha ha ha, beach related, right? I'm not trying to give it away or anything. I want it to be like a surprise for everybody when I show it off and stuff. So when I start working on that stuff, I might wrap it up. 'Cause it'll be real obvious as soon as I start building what I got planned. You'll be like, oh, I know what he's making, you know. So that's what I got going on there. And yeah. Okay, so these parts, I mean, these parts clean up so nice on this older master grade, except for like the only thing I'm noticing is there's a lot of mold line. Is that what you want to call them? Seam lines from the factory molds. There's a lot of that to clean up. What do you think about those older master grades? The summertime, the summertime events I'm definitely taking a part of. Right now I'm trying to source a master grade for the Verka event that Nordic is hosting on his server. So that's the next one that I'm looking into. But the first one that I'm doing is the summertime event for plastic addicts. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, and it's gonna be super fun. So I'm just doing. My idea is like super complex, but it's gonna be super fun to do for me. Something that's a challenge that I haven't done before. So I got a bunch of ideas and a bunch of things I gotta add to the kit, and then I'm gonna paint the kit to look like 80s or 90s acid wash jeans. So it's gonna be a complicated paint. So it's gonna be really cool though. I think hopefully everybody gets the paint job and likes it. Hopefully, we'll see. But I'm gonna work really hard on making it look really cool. So the first thing about getting a good paint job is getting a good sand and making sure you're getting rid of nub indents and anything of that nature. So that's really all I'm doing first is bumping the camera. This little part in my hand right here. While I'm talking to you guys, I'm just sanding different spots on this part to get it clean. And then I have like this buffing tool, and I hit the whole part at the end with this buffing tool because this buffing tool hits it just right to get that perfect level of scuffed surface for the paint to adhere to without chipping or flaking off. So yeah, okay. I definitely knew. I definitely thought that's where we had crossed paths elsewhere was with the Plastic Addicts group and on TikTok and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to source a Verka kit, and once I source a Verka kit, then it'll make it easy on what resin kit I can buy, because each kit only has like one or two resin kits really that match up. I don't have a 3D printer myself, so I can't just get an STL file. I actually got to source the kit from other people. So um, that'll be my battle right there. So that's why I'm like, I got some kits that I'm willing to trade for Verka, but right now I'm tapped for cash, and uh, so I haven't looked fully at the rules for the Verka build yet. So I'm trying to. Um, I was trying to find them earlier. I don't know if it's just the Verka event start on July 1st, or is it that's when he's taking entries, or I don't know how that works. So, anywho, I would like to know the rules for that event because I just really like to be a part of that. And same thing with this one. My thing is, my goal is to be a competition builder, so I'm just trying to get into as many competitions that I can enter. Um, I have all the stuff, all the paints, all the gear and stuff. So I just need to get in there and start doing it. Be a part of the build. Oh yeah, build team. So that's all I'm doing. I got some sandpaper and I'm sanding some parts and I'm talking with you and we're having a great night. It is Friday night and Web C Builds live. I am not over on TikTok live tonight, but I am on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, now known as X. I'm on all those different sites simultaneously. So if you go to those sites, you will find this live attached to all those sites. It's pretty cool. Um, my live feeds and stuff have gotten better. And then I did invite some people to come hang out with us tonight. So let's hope that that's something that happens. Oh, sweet. That'd be awesome if you help me. I'm never afraid to reach out for help if I need some help. So thank you. I'll definitely take your offer up later on. I will message you and yeah, we'll figure something out because I'm like, I also need to get some water slides made because I really just want my own water slides for my builds, so it's just easier. I can just slap them on, you know what I mean? And so I have like transparents and stuff already made, so where I can like on digital transparents, so I can make them myself. But really, I gotta find the stuff. I had a stuff, but I think the ink is dried up in my printer, so I gotta switch the ink printer out thing. Do that, and then I think I can get some slides made up. So yeah, we're just hanging out doing this. Um, almost commercial break time. Yeah, this new program I got, it's gonna allow me to do some really cool stuff. So I'm gonna be able to have like an actual commercial programmed into the show soon. So you won't have to hear me stumble over my words all the time. I'll have it nice and crispy and properly said for you every time. Just like the opening to my show, it'll be nice and crispy, just like that. Um, I mean, I could have had something like that already, but this new thing that they have, it looks really cool. So I'm gonna try and utilize it the best as I can. They're pretty awesome. So we're gonna Restream comes up with some pretty cool stuff. So we're gonna keep seeing if their stuff gets better and better. That's why I've been using them. This show is definitely paid licensing by Restream.io, and it's a really cool company. They do all sorts of sweet things. You know nothing about building. What? Well, building it's not hard. I mean, it's, it's fun. You'll get used, like it comes real naturally. Like after you start putting kids together for enough time, you'll eventually be like, oh man, what if I did this? Or you'll get that curiosity. I don't know what it is, but with Gundam models and other robot animal models and stuff, that curiosity always gets into you. And you're always like, oh, what if I do this? Or oh, what if I do that? Or it's just like I'm still looking at this wolf right here, and I'm like, man, there's some stuff I could have done that I didn't do, and now I'm looking at it, wishing I would have done it. Like, I want to chrome out all these barrels, like make all these barrels for all these guns chrome. That looks like it would be a fun task to tackle real quick. This kit's not glued together, so I could possibly take it apart semi and just hit it with some gloss black and do some all clad chrome and then just snap everything back together. Yeah, I could do that. I'm in the middle of other things right now. However, this is the work that I do have done on it. I did some golding, I did some silvering, I changed up a few parts here and there, but I left the original frame color because I wanted to see what that was going to look like, when it got put together in the future. If I know, like, do I like what Zoids does for their frame coloring? That was something that I was always wondering about. Like, is the model frame coloring really a good frame coloring? And so far, I think it's decent. And I like that they, give you so much opportunity to paint and stuff. Like there's little nuts and bolts that you can highlight with coppers or chromes or silvers or whatever's your favorite. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, that's right. I did not want to do that, Sam. I wanted to. Let's go over here. There we go. All right. So that's definitely what that's all about. Make it look like it's a real Zoid. Look up at it. So yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm just sanding these parts. I got some other tools out to do some work on some of these parts. Like as I go through these parts, I will be doing some like custom drilling in certain spots and things like that. If I want, like, for extra added effect or FX or whatever you want to call it. And then there's other things that I won't be doing at all. Won't be touching. It's like sometimes there's like some holes on some of these parts, and it's just like they look nicer if you drill them out just a little bit deeper because they're not like full holes, they're just like indentations. So you just take like a little drill bit. Actually, take this little drill bit like this, and you find that little hole part that you didn't want to have right here, and then what you do is you just center it on there, and you put a little pressure, and you slowly twist. And this hand has to stay still, but this hand can move around and do whatever. But then, after you slowly twist, you get it to where it looks like that. And then you just go in there and clean it up a little bit. Come on, focus, camera. There you go. So the hole I made deeper, and that's all I did. Just made that little spot deeper. That's going to accent that little spot just a little bit more. Help out if something needs to connect there or anything. It'll just make it just a little bit better. And then I also have over here, I have this guide. I have this guide for different things. I was thinking about scribing in a web C symbol, like a WC. I was thinking about it. I'm not sure about that yet, but you could just hold this like over the shield and like, so one of the ones that I was thinking about doing was like this WC right here with like bullet holes. I'm not sure about that either. Rivet holes. But here's like this other grill pattern that I use, this little tri pattern right here, like a little triforce of 3 different dots. I like to put that on like different spots. But so what this does is this gives me a perfect spacing every time I do that. So I take this mechanical pencil, wherever that disappears to. It's around here somewhere, don't worry, I'll find it. It's on my other stand where I do my art, like paper and painting art. All right, so yeah, you just take this and you would go on the plastic, piece of plastic. What does? All right, so like the outside of this leg piece here. So right here, right here is a good spot. So what I would do is I'd figure that out. I'd figure out where to put that. That's where I want it. And then I would just put the pencil in those little holes, mark with those little holes on the plastic through there. And then I'll just come through and look through and see where those little holes hit on the plastic. And then next, what you do, you take a pin vise or a pin, or you take a poke, and you just set your drill spots. So if you like it, you would set your drill spot by just poking it with a hole. And then you go to the next one, set your drill spot by poking it with a hole. Now I'm not going to do the third hole because there isn't space for it. But I got the 2 holes to line up, and I like them right where they're at. I'm going to find that little spot. I'm going to drill on it. So the next one, a little spot. Ah, or you can sand any mistakes out. Ah, it moved. That's why you're supposed to put the little mark. There we go. Now we got them holes and they're spaced out just the way we want them. You are going to have to go back and sand over that. Like, there's going to be some work to touch that up and stuff. Super easy. So once we get that, just every one time, you know, only blow over a whole bunch. I did get like a little gouge in there, so I want to make sure I sand that gouge out real quick. Where are we at? Oh yeah, time for a word from our sponsors. All right. All right, everybody, go to ClarksvilleHobbyDepot.com and use the code WebCOfficial for a discount of 10% off a purchase of $25 or more. Head on over there, let's let them know WebC sent you, and they'll give you 10% off. So head on over to ClarksvilleHobbyDepot.com and check them out for all your hobby supply needs, your RC cars, your trains, planes, tanks, and cars, and gunpla accessories. Head on over to ClarksvilleHobbyDepot.com. All right, I'm not going to hurt your ears too much with the Clarksville Hobby Depot commercial. But that's the end of that. I'm back to talking about this guy for a little bit. We're going to be here for the next 40 minutes or so working on this project, and then I will technically be on vacation for the next week. I will not be looking at, thinking about, or doing anything on my social media sites. It's going to be weird. But yeah, I got to take a break. I've been pounding the social media for a year. I really need the break. I love doing it. Doing these podcasts and everything, they're great. I love coming in, hanging out, doing all this stuff with you guys, and showing you all these cool things I build and all these cool works of art and stuff. But yeah, here in June, I gotta take that break. Um, it kind of like gives me a little refresher. So I hope I don't fall too far behind on this project that I'm working on. But that's what I'm trying like tonight to like really get some work in. So we'll be here for longer than an hour. My neighbor's home. He got a loud motorcycle. So just sanding off some nub spots. And then we buffer out the parts. Super easy. Thank you everybody for stopping in and hanging out. We are on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. So head on over, hang out, have a good time. I just found out one of my favorite content creators. He's on Twitch, which is super cool. So I'm gonna go also sometime this week look for him on Twitch and make sure he gets a follow and content like and stuff from me every time I'm over there. So what I have a Twitch account for is once in a while I do the late night load where I load up some video game and we talk about some conspiracy theories or some ghost stories or whatever's on the digest for the day, you know. So that's what we got going on. So that's totally cool. Yeah, that's viewers in over at everywhere else. So yeah, working on some parts and stuff. Working on some parts and stuff. And this all down. Give it a quick buffer. Take. I don't really need to take the seam line out. I think that's where the cover stuff goes. Make it so it don't catch. Get grody. There we go. And yeah, so this command wolf is pretty cool. He's posable too, but his posability is kind of iffy. So let's zoom on a little bit. Get like the upgrade right there. Let's get that. All right. So for posability, so he has this standing up kind of look to him. Or else he has this it's kind of my legs are like standing down where I'm squatting, kind of a look. So you can, it's just by however you turn it. So if you turn the leg a little bit, you get a bit of a different prowl pose, um, which is good. Like I like it. Um, and you can see over here like how that like gotta come over on this side then and fix everything to have that same kind of pose. Same thing with back here. Um, Good pose, strong, sturdy pose. You definitely get him down to where he's doing a downward, like eating or drinking from the water, and then his head does a good side to side as well. So you can get some good poses out of this command wolf, you know, and make him look like he's howling, howling at the yeah, kind of like a long stretch for the howl. So he's a pretty awesome Zoid. Um, I like I like the durability of this kit too. It's got some good durability on it. Parts can fall off. That is a common thing with Zoids. So if you don't mind that, that's something that happens. However, if you do mind it, there is the option of gluing the parts in place. It can hinder a lot of your mobility on your kit, but otherwise, hey, I was just so impressed with the build after I got done with it. It was such a fun kit to build. It's even got a cool tail. Make him do the puppy high five, something like that. Yeah, that's parts, having some fun. Call that part good. Let's find the other one like it so we can do the other side. Oh, we gotta do the other side. Huh? What's going on? Yeah, so tonight after I get done with the show, I'm gonna go get ready to play some Magic the Gathering tomorrow morning. I'm gonna try and get at least 2 hours in of gaming on some Magic the Gathering. I don't play serious or competition wise. It's a hobby. We like to collect and play, make fun theme decks. Me and my wife, we play Commander with one of my really close friends, and yeah, that's about how that goes. We have a lot of fun. We, it really is. It really is. It's really fun. As long you gotta take that competitive part out. Of course, there's gonna be winners and losers, but it's not about how many. You know, I don't really care if I win every time I play. I'm just enjoying the fact that I'm getting some sort of human interaction out of play. So I don't have a whole bunch of like I gotta win decks. You know what I mean? Like I just built one deck that I find might be a bit troublesome, but my buddy he's got like 90 decks, so he'll pull something out that can kick my butt. He always does. Funny. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so that was 280. Lady, Miss 280. It's 180. What's a 400? 400s are like orange or something. Oh, hundreds. Let's pick up one. Let's see what I'm working on. Hold back so you guys can see. I'm just really just sanding these parts. And so you see there's spots all the way around on this part. Like I'm not sanding every part, but there's these certain spots that if you don't sand them, the kit will look really bad. So you just gotta hit them real quick. So I'm on 400. Now I'm gonna move to 600. Just sand it until the last sandpaper marks disappear. If that doesn't make sense, what I'm saying is each grit of sandpaper makes a mark. You're just going to sand the part until the last grit marks go away and the new grit is leaving its marks. And then once you do that, you can switch to the next grit. You don't want to really go beyond that because going beyond that can take too much of the part. Now here's a little tip. Some parts you don't have to do at the same time you do other parts. Like right here, I just added another part to the whole mix, but it's going to only need those last two pieces of sandpaper on it. I got this 800 grit that I'm moving to from 600 grit. So 800 grit is going to take a lot of those 600 grit marks out like real fast. So those come out real quick. And then as soon as those come out, super easy. Super easy build. Super easy build. All we gotta do is just get through the sanding. It's a whole bunch of like meditative sanding and stuff. So I'm trying to get better at talking on social media and when I'm doing my lives and stuff, like replying to screens and everything. So I have no quarrels about you chatting me up or whatever. I'll definitely reply. So, so I think, yeah, I'm waiting for some replies from some people about some kit trades. Maybe they'll trade me, maybe they won't. Maybe somebody wants what I got, maybe somebody don't. Maybe they got to go buy the kit I'm looking for, so then they can offer me the trade. I don't know. Like, I'm not looking for a really hard to find kit. I went online and I looked at resin kits the other day, and I was like, wow, these things suck. They're expensive. But I found a bunch for the new Gundam, and I was like, hey, the new Gundam has a bunch of resin kits that are cheap, like $50 kits and stuff. I was like, that's cool because I looked at this other kit, and this other kit was like $4,000, and I was like, no. I was like, nobody's gonna pay $4,000 for a resin kit. Are they really? Like, is that something people do? I'm not sure. Like, I thought garage kits were supposed to be cheap. Yeah, that's how I view them. I view resin kitting as it's a part of garage kitting, and that stuff's supposed to be cheap. It's supposed to be inexpensive. It's supposed to make it so that the builder has access to cool stuff that the original supplier does not give you access to. That's what my impression of what garage kitting was supposed to be. But now people like have turned it into like a price gouging business. I can understand like making some money back on your print, but like after you've made your money back on your print, you're gonna keep gouging the price. I'm like, I'm worried about all that. No, just buffing the surface, buff the whole surface. It doesn't matter. Buff everything. I won't be building or putting anything together tonight, but I can definitely show you guys like some of my stuff that's on display. There you go. There's some of my stuff on display. No, I'm joking. I'll pull out a thing or two later. But right now, like I said, I just wanted to talk about and look at this kit right here. I thought I had a drink. I gotta go get a drink, you guys. I'll be right back. Enjoy this amazing wolf kit. All right, I'm back. Do I want to know? Let's make a bunch of noise. All right. I need to come in. No? Nobody tried to come in? Anybody there? Oh, where are we at? So I consulted a auto body person guide to pick their brain on how I'm going to get the paint scheme that I have in mind done. And they gave me some good advice, and I will, when I get to that stage, it'll be awesome. Super easy stuff. Um, Next week we will be interviewing Bit Cloudwise. By the way, that's who will be on our interview list for next week. Bit Cloudwise. I did have somebody lined up for interviewing this week, but they overscheduled themselves at work and could not make it into the interview. So that is a-okay with me. Those things happen. Work is priority over play, and I feel like podcasting is play for most people. So we make sure that we, you know, make sure everybody does what they gotta do first. Infinite's a pretty cool guy, so he wouldn't just bail out on me like that unless he had good reason. So no worries, no worries. He was one of the first people I introduced myself to on TikTok when I came into the TikTok for Gundam as a Gundam builder. Gundam TikTok. Fancy TikTok. Fancy Gundam. How Gundam good. Yes, Gundam very good. I like the Gundam kits. They're fun to build. I have like this whole process I do when I'm building kits. I take these bins, I separate all the parts in the bins, and look in there, those are parts. It's a bin. And how I know which part is what is when you take the parts off the runner tree, they come with a label on the tree. Why not just take the tree label, put it in the bin? It'll be safe in there, I promise. Keep it in there. So when you're looking, and if you accidentally get the bins mixed up or out of order, you can be like, "Oh, this bin needs to go back here real quick," just so you can get reorganized again, so you know where your stuff is. So you're not accidentally like looking at the bin and like this should be the B bin, but it actually is the C bin because you accidentally moved B. Things like that. I did that to myself a couple times, so that's why I bring it up. If I talk about something on here, it's probably because I made the mistake. It was a mistake at first, and I learned from it. I'm just passing on what I learned. Ooh. Yeah. So yeah, we're just having a great time, hanging out, and super easy. I get quiet once in a while too. I'm sorry. Don't get upset. So I'm just. It's a really fast process, and I just get into it. It's very meditative, so I'll get quiet. Won't look up at the screen. So yeah, just hanging out, having a good time. Um, Everything's going good. I will like try and get some stuff going. I sit before I come back. I'll sit and play around on Restream and figure out what their new stuff is all about. Excuse me. I'm trying to fine tune all that fun stuff and make sure we have nice coordinated things. So what? Excusez-moi. This is the easiest part of the whole shebang. It's the most rewarding part too. The nipper. I know that sound, that click, that metal going together. It's so rewarding. If you have never done it, you should do it. Click the metal, my friends. Click the metal. That's true. Uh, I usually. Alright, so when you get done going through all the grids really fast, there were nubs there from the factory line. Do you see how it's all shiny and super smooth now? Same with this side. Closer. This side. So shiny and super smooth. You got a little dust left over, but other than that, shiny, smooth. That's what we want our parts to look like before we paint them, except for we don't want them to be so shiny. We just want them to be smooth with a little bit of scuffing to them. So we'll scuff them a little bit more with the buffer. Take some of the shine out. Part in the bin. And that's the repetitive cycle of building these plastic models. Assembly is like the final gratitude. You know, you get that. It's like if you spend your whole summer finely tuning a bonsai plant, and you get that amazing, that the steps. You get the amazing steps and stuff with it and everything. Like that feeling, that happiness you get from it. Oh, so rewarding, right? Final gratitude. And it's the same thing with Gundam. When you're building it, that putting it together is that final gratitude. So for me, if I put it together before I'm done painting it, I'm never happy. I don't like it. It's not happy Gundam. Now I do have like the snap builds that I don't want to paint at all. And that's a little different, I think, because I'm not like putting all that time and work into the kit to paint it. I just want to see it snap built. And usually those are just my real grades and some master grades. All the other kids, I gotta paint them, paint them, paint them. Remember these first couple grits of sandpaper, you don't have to sand perfect. Uh, for a couple of reasons. One reason is, I mean, like, as you go through each grit, it's gonna take more and more plastic off. And sometimes you don't want to take all that plastic off. So don't forget, uh, pace yourself when you're trying to flatten or smooth the surface out. So I took more of that off, you know. It works fast that way. And what did I say earlier? The goal is to just get rid of the sanding marks from the previous grit. Excuse me. Thank you. Ah, teenagers. Nature's wildebeests. Or, I mean, what? Start calling him Pumbaa. Alright, 600. Yeah. Alright, where we at? It is a great time to talk about our sponsors. Head on over to ClarksvilleHobbyDepot.com and use the discount code WebCOfficial for a discount of 10% off a purchase of $25 or more. When you use that code, that lets my sponsor know I sent you. I think. Anyways, I gotta get in touch with him too. I think my collab timed out on me, which means I didn't collect. But anyways, so head on over to ClarksvilleHobbyDepot.com and check them out for all your RC car and hobby car needs, hobby model needs, and diorama needs for all your wonderful hobby builds. Head on over to ClarksvilleHobbyDepot.com. I'll get better at those one day. One day. Is that my purse? I don't know you. Ooh. Yup, I said it. My wife was not impressed. She's amazed. Hooked up a propane tank the other day. My son comes along. Propane and propane accessories. I just couldn't smile any brighter. Excuse me. I find out what I do with myself when I'm not on camera. One time I stabbed myself when I wasn't on camera. It was bad. I lived. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Kirby too. You need the sunscreen, your what? 800. We got any aloe plants sitting around the house right now? Kids got sunburn. We don't have no aloe plants. Some lotion. Some lotion. Alrighty then. So that's all I got going on. Well, take another look at this Zoid build real quick. Oh no, not that. Can you hear the sanding? That's the sound of Curly working on this model. I was not going to say what you think I was going to say. $600. We need 800. I think this is going to be my last part of the night, and then we'll talk about what's coming up and what to expect. We're going to have a shorter episode next week, I think, because this is going to be a 30-minute quick interview with our friend BitCloutWise. And then we might showcase some kits next week. We'll see. See where we get. Yeah. Once again, that is a Command Wolf with an Arctic themed paint job. Very nice kit. It was a very fun build. And that's my last piece. And that's it. We're basically there. We're at 56 minutes. So that's pretty good. So, everybody, enjoy summer. Have a great time. And I'll be back next week with another WebC builds. Hopefully, we'll actually have like a frame painted and buildable. We'll see. I don't know yet. Thank you guys for stopping in, dropping a like, comment, share, whatever you gotta do. Share.
Today we're going to sand some plastic.